Okay, we're good. All right, I fixed my camera a little bit, but let's continue. So, things I would not do again, or I know better now. So, number one, when I came here, I booked 5 nights in one city, which was Bangkok. Don't ever do that. You do not need 5 nights in Bangkok unless you are looking to do some terrible things with terrible people at night. Okay? You don't need, no. If you are a party goer, if you just want to break rules, okay, it's for you, but it's not for me. Um, so don't book 5 nights in one place in Thailand. Book probably two or even one and go to a different city somehow, some way. So yeah, that was a lesson that I learned, number one. And I'm glad that the hotel I'm at is so flexible and so kind. They are going to give me back the money for the days I have not spent here, and I will finally get my budget back that I was originally trying to work with for this trip, which is a big, it's like about $700 I'm getting back. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Because that was a mistake. So yeah, when you get off the plane, you might be flustered, you might be tired, and you might make decisions that are not the greatest. And luckily in this one, I actually get the money back. So that's good. Not being here too long, just enough to enjoy and see different things. Now, I'm sure you can find a lot of things to do in 5 days, but I like a change of pace. I'm a very fast-paced person. I'm a very fast-paced girl. I like to go here, go there, try something new. I get bored from repetition. I love safety and security, which this place does, which this place does offer. But what I will say is that it's not necessary to be in Bangkok for 5 days total, in my opinion. All you need is about 2 nights, and you've seen what you want to see and experience what you want to experience, and should experience more Thailand. The next thing we have to get into would be, let me pause it. Cool. Okay. The next thing I want to get into would be to not use your visa so much. They accept, oh, let me go up one more. There we go. They accept Visa everywhere. They don't accept Amex like that, and Amex is what I have. So your girl was a little out of luck when it came to avoiding the foreign transaction fees. And what I will say is that try to pick and choose what you use your Visa and your credit card for. What I think I should have did was use my Visa for booking the hotel because it wasn't that much. But I used my credit card for booking the hotel, and that made it more complicated. And we're used to that, right? We're used to using credit card. No, that made it more complicated because I was then not able to use my credit card when it came to going out. All I had was my Visa. So you understand what I'm saying? It made it more complicated for me. Uh, so yeah, think about that when you're getting here, how much you have on your Visa and how much you have on your credit card, because a lot of places don't accept Amex. However, this hotel is great, and they have like machines, ATMs, multiple ATMs, and certain ATMs don't take Amex. The ATM that I went to here actually did take Amex, so I was very happy about that. And they have multiple ones. I think it was yellow, and it started with a K. I forgot what it was, but they did take Amex, and I was able to take out money. So when you get here, you should just bring probably US cash, and at the airport, just exchange it. Bring actual US dollars. Don't bring, excuse me, don't bring your credit card really or rely on it. Bring actual US dollars. You understand what I'm saying? Like bring US dollars, and then you can exchange it for baht. So that's my biggest advice. Don't get it from a bank at home. You don't have to do all that. Well, I mean, if you want to, but at the airport they have an exchange, and you can just exchange it with no fee. I didn't have a fee when I was exchanging it. Maybe there are places, but yeah, no. One other thing I would say is a don't for me would be, it's very touristy in Bangkok. I don't think I would come back to Bangkok ever again. And not even in a bad way, but if I did, it would be because I'm doing a travel tour or whatever, and I'll just stay one night near the airport or something like that. It's not nature-esque that I like St. Martin was the best trip I've ever had because I love nature, I love peace, I love safety, tranquility, and I love quality. However, when it came to Bangkok, it's a very city, it's like New York but like 10 times worse. Like New York, but 10 times worse. It's not for me. Maybe it's for you. I'm not trying to say anything bad about Bangkok. It's more so like it's just not for me. You're gonna go places and you're gonna learn, and that's what I like. Like if I didn't go here, I could have booked the trip in the future and booked what 5 days, right? And been like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then learn. I don't even want to be there that long. But because I met amazing black people, one girl told me that I should have went to Chiang Mai, and I saw Chiang Mai too because I was looking for like retreat and relaxation and calm and serenity. And she was like, Chiang Mai is that, and I didn't know. And that's okay. I'm glad that I met her to learn. That is how I learn everything. I meet people, and then as I meet people, they tell me something that they've done or things I did not know and how to do it. And they've never really steered me in the wrong direction. Now, there could be some creepy people that will, but for the most part, no. So booking Bangkok, it's a very touristy city place, and that was just not my vibe. That wasn't what I was looking for. I was looking for White Lotus. I was looking for White Lotus type stuff. And I was thinking that, maybe I could get that by just having the hotel, but the hotel is good. It's just not like it can give you White Lotus. It's just too industrial for me. There is a lot of smoke fog. It's not what you think it is. I didn't really see any animals or nature. That's kind of what I wanted. So yeah, didn't know that at all. But you learn, and I think I said this before. Like that's the amazing thing about vacation. That's the amazing thing about travel. You learn, you meet people, and you explore. You gotta forgive yourself. This trip, I was trying to work on forgiveness, and that was hard. I don't think I really worked on forgiveness, but I'm gonna I'm gonna keep trying. We're gonna keep trying. But it's really hard to forgive yourself when you are trying to just make everything so perfect about your trip. What else do I have to say? Coming alone. That's a regret. I regret coming alone. I think that you should come with other people when it comes to Thailand because of how many things you're going to run into and how different it is. It's not like going to Japan. Japan has figured out something and how to navigate through all types of people. Thailand is not that far in advance when it comes to being, I mean, it is third world, so I'm trying not to shit on it, but I'm just saying, like, it's not that advanced, as in, you will have to figure out how to work your way around many things. And I think actually what I want to segue into is get a tour guide. Get a tour guide, get a tour group. When it comes to Thailand, that is my biggest regret. I did not book on Viator. I didn't get a tour guide. Don't do the tour guides that you see that are at the temples and stuff like that. I I saw them trying to hassle me and stuff like that. I said no, thank you, because they can actually scam you out of a lot of money. Which actually we'll get into that after this. Get a tour guide. A tour guide is best. I will say you need a guide so that you don't get scammed. Because I did. I got scammed 6 bahts to pay for 2 halal samosas. Meanwhile, my Grab ride, the taxi, was literally 141 baht. So a 40-minute ride cost less than the two some nasty samosas that I had on the street vendor. Yeah, yeah. So this is what I mean by, I think if you're gonna go see or eat street food, you should have a tour guide so that you know what to eat that's good, what's not probably dirty or contaminated, where to go, where to be safe, how much to spend. And that's kind of what I want to segue into, how much to spend. If you have a tour guide with you and they're reliable, they're resourceful, they're trustworthy, they're on Airbnb or Viator or something like that, then you most likely won't get scammed and you won't get sick. Hopefully, some people have a sensitive stomach. I've been okay while I'm here. Yeah, my stomach is a little different, but I've been pretty okay while I'm here. I truly think that not everyone wants to be work. Yeah, no, nobody wants to work the street jobs that they're working here. And when I got scammed, I was like annoyed about it. Basically, I told the girl, hey, I don't want two, I want one. And she goes, oh, well, we only sell two. And I said, okay. And she starts to cook it. And I was like, no, I don't want it. I just want one. And then she's like, okay. And then she throws two in a box and disguises it as if she was going to give me one. And I was like, no, I didn't say that. I didn't want that. And basically they pressured me to buy it. Mind you, I don't know if I'm gonna get arrested if I don't buy this. I'm like, you know what, let me just pay for it. And the person I was with was trying to, like, because I was telling her to help me, I was like, I'm not buying this, explain this to her, I don't want to buy this. And then she was just like, oh well, I already packaged it, the girl, whatever. And she laughed. And I was like, you know what, you need this $6 more than me. That's how I took it. I was like, you need this $6 more than I need it. So I will give it to you. And I let it go. But for me, what was annoying was the girl I was with, and she was black. She was like, oh no, it was probably a misunderstanding. It was not a misunderstanding. She scammed me out of 6 baht because her life sucks. It's about the principle. I don't care about the money. It was the principle. I told her I didn't want something, and she yelled at me and pressured me to buy it with her coworker. And I don't know the laws. I don't know if they're gonna lie on me and tell the police that I bought something that I didn't pay for or something. You know what I mean? And I was like, you know what? Let me give them the money, and I'm not ordering from street vendors by myself again. And the girl was like, no, you shouldn't do that. Like, that's not about. I don't want you to think that way. I was like, no, it's okay. I got scammed. It was $6. I know my lesson. If I do want to go get street food, I'm going to go with a tour guide. I'm going to go with a street food guide. That's it. And hopefully when they have the bill included, like say you have a tour guide who's doing street food, you just pay one fee and you don't have to give money to the street vendor. They do for a group of people. You know what I mean? I prefer that. I prefer that. That way I could try different things. They know what is what, and we could see what's on the list. We could see what's on the menu. Things like that. They have that here. I was just going out on a whim because I was with someone and she tried street food. I was like, okay, let me just try something too. And I didn't like it. It was disgusting. It was nasty. It was halal Thai food. It was a scam. And the only people that were buying from there were tourists. There was not a line outside that was showing that this is a good place. It was empty. I just was eating with my eyes, and I was like, I'm hungry. And I was like, okay, let me pay for this. And then as I saw it was $200, I was like, wait, 200 baht for what? For this? And she started cooking it, and I was like, you know what? You need this money more than I do. I don't live in Thailand. I make more money than you. So I kind of let it go. But here's the thing. It doesn't mean I'm never going to come back here again. It doesn't mean that that's going to happen to everybody. It just means I know now. So yeah, book a food tour guide person. Don't just go out on the street and buy things on your own, in my opinion, if you're like me, who is very conscious of her money. Okay, because when I got into that taxi, and I was like, my taxi costs less than the food I bought, I was like, something's not adding up. Something's not adding up here. And let's get into that. So there is a mall that is like across the street, well, down the block from the hotel. It's a nice mall. It's very fancy. It's very high end shops and stuff like that. They have low end shops, but like H&M, Bath and Body Works, Victoria's Secret, yeah, things like that. It's not really different. It's the same thing. It's all there's nothing different about it. Um, and basically, it was interesting because I noticed how the prices were higher for their tourist vending, such as like getting a Thailand bag or pants or whatever. The typical things you get from Thailand were more expensive from them. So I looked and browsed, and then I looked for cheaper things. I went to different spots. So don't just stumble on one thing unless it's something you really, really want and you're just like, you can't find it nowhere else. Don't just stumble on one thing and think that, okay, this is the place I have to buy this. If you're going to be here for like 2 days, you're going to go to the smaller towns and villages and stuff, and you're going to find that those vendors are cheaper. Even food is cheaper. So, the samosas I paid for that were like, what, 200 baht? When I went somewhere else, it was literally like 60 baht. And it tasted way better when it was a smaller local person. It wasn't in front of the mall. So that was my mistake. I literally found a vendor that was in front of a mall. Like, it's a tourist trap. So yeah, falling for tourist traps is going to be something that you do on vacation. Luckily, it was $6. Luckily. But in other cases, it could be like 12 or 20. So I got lucky this time, and it was only 6 baht, but it did teach me a lesson, as in to not put up with BS. If somebody is hustling me to buy something, that's like how do I say this? That's like somebody, you ordering a pizza with pepperoni and they give you a pizza with I don't know, pineapple, right? They give you a pineapple pizza and you're like, I didn't order that pizza. And they're like, well, I made it, so you have to buy it anyway. And I'm like, no. And they're making it seem, they're getting very angry with you and making it seem like they're going to, like, I don't know, maybe call the police on you or something. That's not okay. They can call the police on me for $6. I'd rather give you the $6 and humiliate you, okay? But for me, it's the principle. So I learned my lesson. I think at that moment it was my first night, and I was like, "Is this really happening right now?" I was like, "This girl is getting mad because I don't want her shit." And at the end of the day, I gave the $6. But in the future, I'm not doing that. If a vendor is giving me something or telling me that I'm going to take something from them just because they made it, I'm walking away, and I'd rather be in handcuffs because that's it's the principle. So yeah, don't accept it. Don't accept services that you did not ask for. I was like annoyed because the person I was with was like, "Oh no, it's just a misunderstanding." I'm like, "You're being such a punk right now." Yeah, they're trying to hustle and bustle and hassle us as tourists, but like you need to know when to just walk away with your friend and protect them. Don't just be a punk. I was so annoyed at that. It was the principle. It wasn't even the $6 for me. It was the principle. I was like, you really just let this lady take $6 from me and you're supposed to be my friend? I was so annoyed. But yeah, no. And try to find a market specifically where they're doing street food. Don't really take street food that is just in front of a mall or set up or something like that, because they know that tourists are there and you're looking for Thai street food. Now, if you don't see locals buying from it as well, I wouldn't buy from there. That's my biggest advice. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't think I have anything else to say. Yeah, I have the annoying ass experience I've had with that racist Chinese lady when I was out at the temple, but we'll make another video about that another day. Yeah, I will say the flights are long. You're gonna be very tired. I don't like more than two flights, and I'm definitely taking more than two flights tomorrow. So, wish me luck. Wish me luck. But I'm hoping that, with packing and stuff that I have to do tonight, I take a nap and then do everything I want to do in the morning and then head out, and I will be somewhat tired so that I will sleep through all the flights. Yeah, I just want to get back to the US. I want to get out of here. And not even in a bad way. It's like I don't need more than 3 days. I've learned that when I travel, I don't. Like, I would say the only place I would want more than 3 days was St. Martin. And I would want to be with my friends. So I would say I kind of miss my friends. But yeah, meet new people. What is it called? Eat, pray, love. I don't really care about the pray part, but I think that's like the last thing I had to say. I'm trying to think about what else. I think that's it. All right, yeah.